Hello there. Welcome to the basement. Welcome to the Saturday night chill. And welcome to Christmas Eve. I hope everyone's doing well. Uh, I'm doing pretty all right. We got some fun stuff to talk about tonight in both the MCU and the Star Wars. Yeah, it's going to be cool. So, uh, hope everyone's doing well. If you already did some kind of a Christmassy stuff today, I hope you had a good one. And give me one second here. It's a little weird. Okay, that's better. And yeah, hope everyone's doing well despite this Mother Nature's effort to show us what life is like on the planet Hoth. And to anyone who's a big Star Wars fan that's like, you know what, I think I might want to visit Hoth. We now have ample evidence that we don't want to fucking visit Hoth. Fuck this cold. I know it's going to be going away in a few days, but holy shit, fuck this cold. Those winds are crazy. Crazy. Absolutely nuts. Like, I went out to get coffee this morning for me and my wife. The wind chill was minus fucking 16. I mean, that's not like super unusual here in Michigan where I'm from, but still, it blows. So, anywho, um, also something really cool. My wife gave me a slightly early Christmas present, and I'm breaking it in tonight, as I alluded to in the community tab earlier. She got me this right here. See this? This little mixer and sound effect doodad. So, 3 cheers for my wife. Someone tell me if those sound effects and or the music or anything's coming through. Anybody? Anyone hear that sound effect? I know there's 2 people here. Stop lurking and let me know if I'm doing shit right, would you? Pretty please. It's Christmas. Yeah. Whoever it is probably just logged on as a favor and just got me on mute. Uh, so, first thing we want to talk about tonight. Oh, one second. Oh, hello, Brooke. How you doing tonight? Welcome. Thank you for coming. You got here just in time. I was about to start talking to not many people about Marvel, about kick-ass Marvel and Star Wars stuff. So that you know what, it's on them. They're just going to miss out, aren't they? Yeah. Hopefully, more people join. I mean, I had at least 3 people vote for it in the poll I put on the community tab. So hopefully, at least those 3 show up. And I don't know if you got on in time to see my wife's Christmas present for me. This little mixer / sound effect doodad thing. Speaking of which, a couple questions for you since you're here. One, let me know if you hear a sound effect. It should be applause or cheering or something. And then also let me know how I sound, and once this next song starts, how the music sounds. I just want to make sure everything's coming through with this new setup, so we're kind of experimental. So if you could let me know how things are going. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for that info. What do you got going? Not sure how long you can stay, but I will stay as long as I can. Well, of course, you got other obligations. It's Christmas Eve. But thank you for dropping by and saying hello. I really appreciate it. So, holy shit, that was loud. Okay, that's better. This is supposed to be Christmas music. What the fuck? Give me one second here. Oh, no, this is... Maybe go to the next one here. That'll probably be better. I don't know what the hell that was. Yeah, that'll be better. I don't know where the crap that song came from. Damn random shit. Anyway, so before you go, here's comes some news. In the MCU, we had a couple interesting doodads happen. it looks like Sentry is going to be coming in. Now, Sentry, from what I understand, again, I'm not a big sweaty, but from what I understand, Sentry was a dude that was given some form of super soldier serum and and ended up extraordinarily like Superman like, and also somehow ended up with this thing called the Void that just makes him so insanely OP. Like basically, no one can stop him. Um, so not only is he supposed to show up, I believe in I think the Thunderbolts maybe is when he's supposed to show. Um, but not only that, but he's supposed to get his own special feature on the Disney Plus. Like Werewolf by Night and the Guardians Holiday Special. It's going to be his own Century Special in that same format. Somewhere between a half hour to an hour long. Get some good background, some good story on them. So that'll be tight too, I think. And check my checklist here. Bear with me a second. As usual, I thought I had everything set up and I was fucking wrong. So, oh yeah, at least the other thing I thought that was big this week. What else you got here, Brooks? John is just excited for 2022 to be over. I feel that. I do feel that for sure. 2023 has a lot in store for us. Yes, yes, it does. It very much does. Um, but the other cool MCU news, at least the other MCU news that I thought was cool that came out this week, is Ryan Coogler in an interview actually became very forthright about his original story that he had written prior to the untimely and tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman. Um, and if you're like, I mean, I've already known all this stuff, but if for some unknown reason you haven't seen the movie, spoiler time. So, like, just mute me for a couple minutes. But Ryan Coogler's original idea was to make Wakanda Forever a father-son story. Um, he was supposed to, it was supposed to go like, it was basically supposed to start right when he came back from the blip, and his kid would have been about 8, I think they said he would have been when he comes back from the blip. So he's got to like get to know his kid all over again. His kid's got to get to know him. Um, and he was going to marry what's her name? I don't know. She's played by Lupita Nyong'o. I love when I can remember the actual actor rather than the character they play. Anyway, so those two are supposed to get hitched, and he's supposed to like go on some kind of ritual thing where him and his son went. Toussaint was his son's name because he was born in Haiti, and he was supposed to come back and or actually, you know what? I lie. He and that girl weren't getting hitched. She had actually got hitched to a Haitian dude while he was blipped. My bad. But that's probably not good at all. Just give me that guy's check something. My apologies. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes. So Black Panther was, T'Challa was, trying to get to know his son. So they were going to go on this ritual trip, just the two of them out in the bush to live off the land and stuff. And at that point, that's when some kind of massive emergency was going to happen involving Namor. Namor was still going to be in it. And, he's going to end up having to go do superhero stuff with his kid right along with him. So it was going to be pretty cool, I thought, obviously. But, then, Chadwick had even had a chance to read the script prior to his passing. So it'd be nice to know if I would imagine he would have been a fan of it because that sounds like an excellent script or story, at least, anyway. So, yeah, so Coogler releasing those details I thought was pretty sweet, and the info he released about his story I also thought was sounded like it would have been quite an excellent movie. It really does. So, I mean, I was glad he let us know what his original plans were because, I imagine there was a fair amount of people that were curious about that shiz, wanted to know what things were going to be like if, again, the tragic passing of Mr. Bozeman had not happened. But, so, yeah, I thought that was some pretty sweet news. And then just today, I was messing around doing some nerd venging, as Josh would call it, especially since I am a paying member. And I decided to go see what was happening on making StarWars.net, and they actually had a couple of articles that are divulging more information about the upcoming Ahsoka show. By the way, y'all like my Vader Santa hat? And I got a new little stuffed Vader too to go on the back of my couch with my Panther and my Captain America has disappeared. There he is. You gonna stay? Probably fucking not. All right. You know what? You want to go on break? You go on break. Captain America needs a nap. Anyway, so we got some more Ahsoka news fresh today. So the first article is about a character called Balon, allegedly being played by Ray Stevenson. Now, Ray Stevenson, here we go. Ah, yeah, he's been in Punisher, he's been Transporter, Accident Man, Memory with Liam Neeson. He's an Irish actor. Oh, he was actually the Punisher in Punisher Warzone, so that's dope. He's got some action. He's got some action history. Superhero Squad Show and Volstagg. Oh, he voiced Gar Saxon in Rebels in the Clone Wars. All right. So this guy's got experience, so that's dope. So evidently he really. So evidently he is going to play a character called Bayron. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Yes, that. Thank you. All right. So according to making Star Wars. Ah. Oh, thank you. I love it too. You like this new setup better? All right, cool. Yay. Well, you can thank my wife for it. She's the awesome person that got it for me. Well, she's always an awesome person, but Anyway, so who is Balon in Star Wars Ahsoka? Over the last few months, I have heard the name Balon mentioned in relation to Grand Admiral Thrawn in Star Wars Ahsoka. So, a Thrawn person. This character is really important and has an assassin and featured droid under his command. Balon has come up a lot in conversations with my sources from Manhattan Beach and El Segundo. While Balon is an interesting choice for a new character's name, I don't think it is a code name. But like anything until it is confirmed, it could be. I would put the chances of Balon being a code name very low at this point in time. Perhaps the name is representative of the character's place in the story? Balon was an empire at some point. Ahsoka the Great was an emperor and sounds like a lot like Ahsoka, for instance. Or maybe that's a reach. It's probably a reach. I believe this new character is played by Ray Stevenson. THR reported Stevenson was joining the Ahsoka cast and was not Thrawn, who's being played by Lars Mikkelsen in the series, and who looks really tall and imposing in the part. Thrawn is sounding pretty neat in this show at the moment. Well, hell yeah, especially since they got Lars. Because I loved him voicing Thrawn in Rebels. He did. Yes, Captain Syndulla. He just sounded just so calm yet menacing all at the same time. Kind of like Crosshair, but not. Uh, yeah, it was probably crappy, but I don't care. I have fun with it. Anyway, um, I'm not sure if Balon is in charge of the new forces Thrall commands or the civilization out in this unexplored territory of the Star Wars universe, but he's very important to the series and has a lot of screen time. By all accounts, this character answers to Thrawn and appears loyal to him, but I can't say if he is in actuality. There could be a twist or caveat to their friendship, or relationship, I should say. In attempting to put the pieces together, it seems as if Balon and his assassin are tied to Thrawn, having his army resurrected by dark side shadow magics. Yep, lyrics. YouTube doesn't like stuff with lyrics. There we go. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. In attempting to put the pieces together, it seems as if Balon and his assassin are tied to Thrawn, having his army resurrected by dark side shadow magics. Zombie army. Yeah. Possibly. Like I said, all this is just, rumor and stuff, but they're damn cool rumors, so I'm talking about them. So our Grand Admiral has been a busy boy while in exile, making new friends and preparing to challenge the New Republic's dominance over the known regions, it seems. Balon is apparently just the ally he needs in this endeavor. I speculate this means that Ezra and Thrawn have long parted ways once we get into the thick of the series. My impression is those two might not have seen one another for some time. I wonder what Ezra has been doing all this time Thrawn has been on the move. Is he seeking to counter Thrawn or just surviving in the wilderness? Also related to Thrawn and Balon is a cyborg droid named Karnast. However, it sounds like this character might be a Dark Trooper type and not a droid in totality. Point being, Karnast serves Thrawn and Balon, but is different from Balon's assassin. I like Ray Stevenson. I cannot wait to learn more about this Balon character. What does he want? Why serve Thrawn? Does he have ulterior motives for conquering the galaxy, or is Thrawn promising him something he needs? I can't wait to learn more. Well, guess what, Jason? Neither can I. So that was just one of two articles he put out today. And this is another one. This one even says exclusive. Ivana Sakno is Shin in Star Wars Ahsoka. Who is Shin? If you've been following the recent stories I have dropped on Thrawn, you have read a ton of implication that Thrawn has some kind of undead or rebuilt army under his command on the Chimera. Yes, the Chimera. Thrawn's command ship is in Star Wars Ahsoka. Well, that's dope. I have recently broken stories about Balon, our second in command, played by Ray Stevenson. Yeah, I just read that. But who is Balon and who is this assassin of his? Just yesterday, Bespin Bulletin dropped a confirmation Mary Elizabeth Winstead is playing Hera in Star Wars Ahsoka. I believe he is correct, as always. And with that punch to the face, let me give you a kick in the shin. Several sources have confirmed to me that Ivana Sakno is playing a new character named Shin. Shin is an apprentice of Balon, a Force user who has embraced the dark side, probably in allegiance with the Night Sisters. Well, this is the first time he didn't say shit about this in the last article about Balon. He gave us no hint that Balon was any kind of dark side Force user. What the fuck, man? How are you going to hold that shit back? Anyway, she is cold, calculated, and desperate to prove herself to her Jedi Master. What Jedi Master? Yeah, what Jedi Master indeed. Sources have implied a story in which a survivor of Order 66, a Jedi named Balon, fled to this unknown region of the galaxy for safety. Sources think Balon wanted to maintain the Jedi way, but was corrupted over time, maybe from the influence of life with the Night Sisters. Shin herself might be a former Night Sister. Sometime around Return of the Jedi, before the series takes place, Balon takes Shin on as his apprentice. Somehow, Balon and Thrawn become allied, and Shin is tasked to hunt and kill Ahsoka Tano. Of course, Ahsoka actually grew up fighting off characters like Ventress, so it is doubtful Shin will challenge Ahsoka too much, and this will bring Balon out into a larger conflict with Tano herself. The subtleties of the backstory may differ when we get to the final version of the Star Wars Ahsoka show and all the supplementary material in publishing begins. This, however, is my understanding of the simple backstory that seems to have been used during production to inform the script and motivations. These characters are a mystery to Ahsoka at first, and she will learn about them as the episodes unfold. I just do not know to what extent and how much exposition will inform us about them on screen. This is highly speculative, but I'm getting the vague sense that Ezra Bridger and Thrawn split or were separated and have been apart for a long time. Ezra sounds like he is in hiding, perhaps lost on purpose. After Ezra figures out Balon is evil-lating, maybe Ezra stays in hiding out there because evading Balon is more doable than the entirety of Palpatine's empire. When the empire falls thanks to Luke Skywalker, Ezra has missed all of that while lost at sea. So Ahsoka is out there looking for the lost Jedi. In the process of this, Ezra and Ahsoka will have to fight Babylon and Shin to safely return home and to protect home from them. I suspect Thrawn wants to use Balon to kill Luke Skywalker, like an heir to the Empire with Joruus Sabaoth. Thrawn now has a Jedi with an apprentice. Thrawn has his Star Destroyer. Thrawn has a resurrected or rebuilt army under his command. This is a real threat to the New Republic, even with the young Luke Skywalker who has only begun to build his Jedi Order. I have been told Mon Mothma is relevant in the new shows. She did create the Military Disarmament Act, which has left the galaxy vulnerable to such an unknown threat. She is likely in these shows in a cameo-sized part. It sounds fun. Yeah, so not only are we going to get a potential pseudo zombie army belonging to Thrawn, we're going to get a fallen Jedi or dark Jedi or what have you with the Dark Apprentice. It's going to be so freaking cool. Holy shit, yo. Holy shit. Justin, what's going on, bruh? You just got here, man. Did you hear what I was talking about with the new Ahsoka news? Did you catch that? Also, Merry Christmas Eve and my Vader hat. How you doing, bro? Did you have to work today? I just talked about some badass Ahsoka shit. I will be more than happy to go back over it for you. I can TLDR it. Because now that I'm thinking about it, really those two articles were related anyway. Although they had a couple different names. Maximus is here. What's up, Maximus? How you doing? All right. Well, you know what? I have no if any as anyone who really knows me well can tell you, I don't have a problem repeating myself. At least not with stories. So, now that you guys have hopped in, I will go ahead and first of all issue a Merry Vader Christmas. And I'll go ahead and give you a little TLDR what's on the menu tonight. First up, a little bit of MCU stuff, which I did already make vids about. Nice. Which I did already make vids about earlier this week, but which I will summarize. Basically, it looks like the Sentry is going to be the villain in the Thunderbolts movie. And on top of that, he is going to get his own little special on Disney Plus, similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday specials or the Werewolf by Night special presentation. So we should get him as a main villain, and we should get him in a special presentation. Just real quick, what I understand about the Sentry is he's basically like a super soldier that also has this weird thing power called the Void that erupts when he basically loses his shit. Hey, Black Dragon, how you doing, man? Well, if you looked at the community tab, you'd have known. Well, I'm glad to see you, though. I really am. I hope everyone's having a good Christmas Eve. So we got the Sentry coming, both in movie and his own little special presentation form, allegedly. And Ryan Coogler released an article, or not released an article. An article was released that interviewed Ryan Coogler, in which he, useless gamer guy, welcome. Merry Sithmas. Thank you. And one to you as well. But But yeah, so Century coming, and Ryan Coogler in an interview actually revealed what his original story for Wakanda Forever was going to be prior to. Is that a strategy game? Empire at War, Forces of Corruption. Is that a strategy game? MMO? What is that shiz? Anyway, Coogler's original story, as he related it to the person interviewing him, was it was going to be. By the way, this is very spoilery if you have not yet seen Wakanda Forever. So maybe just mute me for a couple minutes while I quickly summarize the story. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it is kind of on Steam. I don't have a desktop and I don't game that much. But for those who game like mofo's, that's good news. So thank you for that one, Brooke. Um, Dope. Okay. So is that kind of like Star Wars WoW Dragon? Yeah. All right. So anyway, spoiler ETLDR for the original story by Mr. Coogler for Wakanda Forever. It was going to 3, 2, 1. Mute. It was going to be a father son story originally. He was going to know about the child previous to when he got blipped, and then they were going to cover that a smidgy, supposedly in an animated scene. And then he's going to come, and then he reblips, um, finds out his girl. I cannot. Lupita Nyong'o is her freaking real name. I cannot remember her character name. Someone help me out with that in chat, please. Help me out, chat. Rescue my sad, sorry ass. Anyway, so he comes back from the blip, finds out his girl is in Haiti with the boy, and when he goes, she is remarried. So now he just, he gets to be dad. So he's going to be a good dad, obviously, because as we know, T'Challa is a stand-up motherfucker. So he's going to go about trying to get his know his son. Um, she's going to let him take him back to Wakanda. Or no, actually, they're going to stay in Haiti, I think, for this. But he goes and grabs Toussaint, that's his son, and takes him out on some ritualistic trip into the wilderness slash bush or whatever, so they can live off the land and whatnot. And then, of course, in the middle of this father son, getting to know each other thing, some big ass emergency happens. It has been, he was still going to be using Namor, so probably a very Namor related emergency. But anyway, um, Panther's got to go deal with this shit with his son in tow. So it's essentially, a father son redemption story, with him handling business with Namor and showing his son what it means to be Black Panther. That's basically the sum of it. Um, so for me, that sounded like it was going to be a dope ass story. Um, I don't know what y'all think. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. Because, like I keep saying in all my videos and constantly on here, I'm here for interaction. I just want a cool, chill community where we can, say what we got to say in praise or detraction of what we want to talk about, but that you will not get fucking jumped like, the rest of the internet. So yeah, let me know what y'all think of the either and or the Century and Ryan Coogler's original plans for Wakanda Forever. What the fuck is this? This is supposed to be a Christmas thing. How is that on a very lo-fi Christmas? What the fuck is that? So, oh, good gravy. What the hell's going on with my shiz? But it's not. Let's try this one. Oh, that ain't gonna work either. All right. Well, guess what, y'all? I attempted to go with holiday EE like music, but it ain't working well. This channel's being all. Oh, stop it. All right. Need y'all to bear with me for 2 seconds here. I'm experiencing technical difficulties. What? right, no, that's not what I want. There's the stuff I played before. Oh, be on this one. My apologies, folks. I will get back to actual goodness very soon here. Just have to fix a couple things. Here we go. La 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 la. Where'd it go? Yes, that. I'm gonna go back to what I normally stream with. All right, I'm done fucking around. Okay, Dragon. I don't know who the other two are, but yeah, I'm with getting to know Emma Frost in a intimately, as you would say. Um, Brooke can't wait to see Sentry on the big screen. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm not a massive comic sweaty. I freely admit this, but when I want to get to know about something, I can get it researched, and my limited research to this point says Sentry is a fucking beast. So yeah, I think he's going to be dope. If they do him right, he's going to be dope. Justin definitely would. Yeah, yeah. That original Coogler story sounded magnificent. And you know what? I feel like it would have hit just as hard emotionally as what we ended up having to have based on what happened with Chad. So I feel like the father son thing would have hit really well with audiences, honestly. So you know what? It might even have hit better. I have a feeling if that would have been the movie, that'd have been a Billy movie. I think that would have been $1 billion movie. I really do. But life is what it is, as the Marines would say, adapt and overcome. So, and from what I've heard, because unfortunately, due to my own little life shit, I still haven't gotten around to seeing Wakanda Forever yet. Yes, I know I suck, but you know, I ain't going into details. I've just had stuff. So, uh, but yeah, I mean, this Wakanda Forever or this version of what we got for Wakanda Forever does still sound like a really damn good movie. But I think this one would have. I think this one would have hit harder in the theaters, the original story, and I think it would have been $1 billion flick. But on to the Ahsoka rumors. Once again, making StarWars.net has been out there doing his research, uh, and he gave us some stuff. He gave us some stuff. We got some new characters. We got a dude named Balon, allegedly being played by Ray Stevenson, who has done voiceover work in both Rebels and the Clone Wars. So he is not new to the Star Wars acting community. But he's supposed to be playing this dude named Balon. And this guy is supposed to be extremely important to the show. Um, he's supposed to have an assassin and some kind of droid or cyborg like character under his command. Um, Balon and his assassin are somehow tied to Thrawn, get this shit, having his army resurrected by dark side shadow magics. Thrawn gonna have a zombie army, y'all. Oh yes. For all of you who were not expecting that, my wife got me this little mixer soundboard doodad. So now I can throw in cool, nifty sound effects like that when I talk about some badass stuff. Uh, but yeah, so supposedly this guy's going to help Thrawn resurrect some kind of army with dark side shadow magics. Um, oh yes, and this cyborg slash droid that Balon's supposed to be hanging out with is something called Carnast is the name of that. Yes, that's my phone. Again, I'm a little behind on my tech. I'll have his laptop. I can't share a screen, so this is what we get. But yeah, so this droid that's supposed to be hanging out with this Balon character is called Carnast. Could be a Dark Trooper type. Um, and Carnast serves Thrawn and Balon, but is different from Balon's assassin. Now, the next article he released today deals with said assassin. Um, and this assassin's name is Shin, and he or she is going to be played by Ivana Sakno, who I have not yet researched. But it turns and Jason from making Star Wars reiterates the fact that Thrawn has some kind of undead or rebuild army under his command, but now he adds the juicy little fact: Dragon has a Stream Deck XL. Cool. But what he did not mention the fact is that Thrawn and his army are on the Chimera. They are on Thrawn's own personal Star Destroyer somehow or other. He reiterates the fact that Mary Elizabeth Winstead is going to play Hera Syndulla, Captain Syndulla. And then now we have this Ivana Sakno playing Shin. Now, this Shin is obviously the assassin mentioned in the previous article, but here's some more nifty stuff that Jason did not tell us in the last article. This Shin is Balon's apprentice. And I'm not talking just like learning to make horseshoes. Balon is a dark side force user, not a Sith. He is not a Sith. But he is a dark side force user, probably in allegiance with the Night Sisters. Or actually, this would be Shin and probably in allegiance with the Night Sisters. But she is Balon's apprentice. So we got 2 dark side force users allegedly guaranteed already in this show. A little bit of backstory on Balon, Jesus. Supposedly Balon was a random survivor from Order 66, and he survived by fleeing into that new beyond part of the galaxy, where allegedly Ezra and Thrawn are also at. Kinda, yeah. But taking place in the Mandoverse timeline rather than the upcoming show, also titled The Acolyte, which is set 100 years before Phantom Menace. So Balon, after surviving Order 66, heads out and ends up in this new beyond. Somehow ends up getting corrupted, probably by hanging out with the Night Sisters, and ends up a Darksider, but not an actual Sith. Let me reiterate this. And then he finds Shin, who might be a Night Sister, potentially, and takes her on as his apprentice. And at some point, he and Thrawn become allied, and Shin is sent out to go after Ahsoka. So, I mean, all Jason says is that's the simple backstory. Obviously, things can change a lot in post-production, but yeah. Yeah, so now Thrawn has a fallen Jedi with an apprentice, a Star Destroyer, some kind of zombie-like army, and now he's headed for the New Republic, which is going to be relevant due to Mon Mothma passing the Military Disarmament Act, and evidently she and that act are going to be directly referenced, and she may even have a teeny-ass cameo, as it was that act which is leaving the galaxy quite vulnerable to Thrawn and his critters. Acolytes are nothing more than dark force users. Okay, cool. But it appears that Jason is calling her an apprentice due to the fact that this dude is a dark Jedi. Is my surmise on why he used that terminology. So what y'all think of that shiz, though? We get a dark Jedi with an apprentice. We get Thrawn, Ezra, a zombie army, pseudo. Not quite. Gray Jedi use both the dark and the light side equally. Dark Jedi are just dark Jedi. They've gone dark side totally. At least from what I understand. Although Gray Jedi, if I happen to have one of the novels set in like the way back time when all the Jedi were on Tython and called the Jedi, Jedii. And they were all essentially Gray Jedi. Because if you were found to be out of balance, you were sent to one of the two moons, depending on which direction you were leaning out of balance in. If you were leaning out of balance to the white side, you got sent to the dark side moon Bogan. If you were leaning to dark side, you got sent to the light side moon Ashla, and you had to meditate there until you were back in balance. So, I mean, technically, the Jedi, starting out as the Jedi, all started out as Gray Jedi. And then slowly over the millennia, we ended up with what we got in the prequel trilogy. Everything about it with Ahsoka seems lit. I hope they don't fuck it up too. But yeah, I mean, if even only like half that stuff comes to fruition, it sounds badass. Darth Maximus is all here for it. Ooh, I missed that part. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she will have to bleed the crystal, but oh, that's gonna be dope. She'll have to bleed the crystal. Whether they show that on camera or not is one thing. I have a feeling they're gonna. I have a feeling they're just gonna kind of establish Balon and Shin as who they are with minimal backflashes or backstory. We might get they'll probably establish it in a dialogue scene with dramatic music and all that kind of fun shiz. But yeah, so far as newsy news goes, that's all I got for tonight. I mean, I figured it's a holiday night, pseudo holiday night. I mean, obviously, if you're here, you either aren't doing family shit today or are done with it, or whatever it is you had to do today. And I'm glad y'all are here because what's more fun than talking nerdy shit on Christmas Eve? I mean, other than family and opening gifts. But if you're already done with that or aren't doing that till tomorrow, um, yeah, chilling in the basement's good times too. Yeah, that would be dope, but probably not. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I'm guessing, obviously we don't know for sure, but I'm guessing Ahsoka's probably gonna maybe have Bismo is here. Welcome, sir. How are you doing? I've only really interacted with you on the Nerd Venture Discord. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And yes, Merry Christmas to you too as well. Thank you for coming in tonight, man. I really appreciate it. Um, and one advantage to me having this dinky ass channel is like, if you guys want to, all right, to each their own. I assume there's reasons for it. I think it's going well. Um, but really, what determines that is what everyone out there in the chat thinks. What do you think, guys? Would you tell Bismo the stream's going well so far? I would, but I'm biased. No. I mean, if I thought I was doing completely shitty, I'd probably be like, yo, I'm fucked up. I ain't doing right. And I'm going to let y'all go and like log the fuck off. But I think it's going all right, honestly. I know I'm having a good time, but I have a good time every time I stream. Because, like I've said, I love interacting with people. And this is the best way I can interact with people and not trigger my anxiety. Because I'm safely here in my basement. Thank you, Maximus. I appreciate it. So, Bismo, I'm going to try doing a super quick TLDR of what I've gone over, even quicker than the one I just did. Yeah. Yes. Military, 27 years law enforcement, had to work. Yeah. Yeah, with nearly 40 years of Well, practically, not even near, just practically. That's 39 fucking years of, having to deal with probably a bunch of bullshit when the rest of us were, not. Yeah, I imagine that would make you a little jaded. So I feel for you, but as long as you're satisfied in yourself, that's all that really matters. So you do you, Dragon. You do you, bro. But anywho, quick TLDR. Just a couple Marvel things. One, the Sentry's coming. Supposedly, not only in the Thunderbolts movie, but he's going to get his own special presentation on Disney Plus, allegedly. Similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. And good. Glad to hear it, man. Yeah, similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special and Werewolf by Night Special. Sentry's supposed to get something like that. So that'll be pretty sweet, considering he's a fucking beast from everything I've read about him. Especially if he loses his shit and the void pops out. At that point, he becomes basically unstoppable, from what I understand. So that could be interesting to see what happens with him in both in his potential special event and his showing up as, I believe, the main villain in the Thunderbolts. And supposedly he's going to be a creation of Val, so he's going to be Val's Zopsy. And then also, Mr. Ryan Coogler, in an interview, finally went into details about what his original story was going to be for Wakanda Forever. And again, this is going to be spoilery. If by some miracle you're like me and you actually haven't seen Wakanda Forever yet. But here's the spoiler part. 3, 2, 1. It was supposed to be a father-son movie. He was supposed to know about his son prior to the blip, but then he blipped, obviously, as we saw at the end of Infinity War. And then Wakanda Forever was supposed to pick right up right when he blipped back in. And the sitch was his girl was supposed to be in Haiti, remarried. So he goes there, finds her, finds his son. They start the getting to know each other phase again. He's supposed to take his son on some kind of trip out into the wilderness / bush or whatever it is, out into the wild, for them to do some kind of ritualistic living off the land, father and son stuff. But of course, somebody has to start shit. Namor. Coogler did say Namor was going to be in the original story too. So Namor starts some shit, and so T'Challa has to snag Toussaint and go off and deal with the business. So it was going to be a very cool father-son story about T'Challa getting to know Toussaint, and Toussaint getting to know T'Challa both as his dad and as the Black Panther. Like I said earlier, personally, I feel like that would have hit pretty hard. And I think that probably would have been a $1 billion movie had things gone that way, and Chadwick had not had the deadly ass colon cancer. So that was the Marvel news, and if you want a more expanded version of those deets, I did a video on each of those earlier this week. Each of those stories, I should say. Excuse me, please. Anywho, that was, like I said, that was the MCU. But then making Star Wars has got some. Wow, that was weird. Making Star Wars has some new Ahsoka leaks / rumors / whatnot that he came up with today. Two of them. I'm gonna try and tie them both together, and I'll probably miss a little stuff, but obviously you can go to makingstarwars.net and read the full deets for yourself. Um, and I may, even though I talked about it tonight, I'll probably drop a vid about it too, just so I could be more thorough. But basically, um, out in the New Beyond, where Thrawn and Ezra and supposedly the Skeleton Crew is going to end up in their show as well. There's this character named Balon, and he's going to turn out to be a surviving Jedi from Order 66 who took refuge in the New Beyond, or whatever they're calling it. And over his time there, became corrupted by the influence of the Night Sisters in the neighborhood and whatnot. And then he ended up taking an apprentice named Shin, who is probably also directly associated, if not an actual Night Sister, directly associated with, I should say, if not an actual Night Sister. So we got this Balon guy who ends up being a Dark Jedi, and then who also has an apprentice named Shin, and he also works with an android slash cyborg named Carnast, um, and somehow Balon and Thrawn hook up out there in that region, and through his knowledge of dark side magic says that he's picked up, Balon somehow gives Thrawn some sort of resurrected or rebuilt army. So we have a potential zombie army under Thrawn's control. And not only that, they're going to be under Thrawn's control, supposedly, on the Chimera. Thrawn's getting his flagship back. So, allegedly. So, I mean, what the crap? We get a Dark Jedi with an apprentice and a badass cyborg who, well, either a droid or a cyborg. And if cyborg, probably a Dark Trooper like thing. So we get those three hanging out, working together. And then they hook up with Thrawn, give Thrawn a zombie army, and then Thrawn and Balin are going to send Shin after Ahsoka. Now, there aren't a lot of details available about what Ezra's been up to this whole time, but it seems like Ezra and Thrawn got separated reasonably quickly after they were brought out to that area by the Purgil. And so there are not a lot of details. Ha, Scotty, welcome, sir. How you doing? Man, am I gonna have to do this shit again? You know what? That's all right. I don't care. It's what I'm here for. I am here to relate the shit that I find cool, and also that I think you would find cool to you. So welcome, sir. Merry Christmas Eve / Merry Christmas, or Sithmas, as the case may be. Don't everyone get bored. um, but basically, oh, you heard about it? All right, cool. What do you think, bro? I think those Ahsoka leaks sound dope. I think the Sentry stuff sounds dope. I think Coogler's original story sounds dope, and I think that would have been a $1 billion movie. How'd the rest of your day go, man? Huh? Yeah, hell yeah. Hype. How was everybody's rest of their day anyway, now that we got a couple more people up in here? Anyone do anything today? Did you guys have family time earlier today? Are y'all just prepping for tomorrow? Are you sneaking in a little geek time before you do stuff later tonight? Like, yeah, getting them all set for tomorrow morning. Yeah. Now, see, here's the thing. I never read Heir to the Empire, so my only exposure to Jorah Sabaoth was in the Outward Journey novel, where he put together that basically what do you call that? Not pilgrimage. Fucking migration. Basically, it's supposed to be a migration ship to set up a colony ship. Where he put that big ass those colony ships things, and when he first, at least in that novel, that is when he and Thrawn first crossed paths. Because they're heading into the unknown regions to potentially colonize, and Thrawn's out there guarding Chiss borders. And from what I remember and understand from the novel, Sabaoth got his ass dead courtesy of Thrawn. So, I mean, obviously that could have easily gotten retconned in later novels that I have not read, but that's my only exposure to one Jedi Master Joris Sabaoth. Cocky motherfucker too. Holy shit. Like when I read that book, to me, Sabaoth was the epitome of what drug the Jedi Order down, or a full representation of how the Jedi Order lost both standing and uh, their moral compass approaching in the time approaching Revenge of the Sith, because as I recall correctly, the outward journey was set during the Clone Wars. So yeah, again, that's true. Bad Batch ended on Mount Tantus also. Yeah, some fun shit shows up on Mount Tantus. Yeah, if Thrawn actually if once he got if once the Chiss ascendancy booted his ass, and he was running around and ended up and dug Sabayoth up from the wreckage and went to Tantus and started getting all experimenty. Yeah, something like, I can see something like that shit totally happening. Oh, dude, how much time you got? I would totally send you a fucking link if I knew how, and we could really get into some fucking theory, because I too love theory, spoilers, rumors, hints, and speculation. I'm generally just not sweaty enough to be able to speculate a lot, which is what I need guys like, you and Josh in theory for. But I've been learning since I've been watching. So, um, oh, damn it. I did not get enough beverage. My drink's almost gone. If anyone in my family is watching, please bring me a pop. I would greatly appreciate it because I love you guys. But yeah, so thank you. My wife's the bestest in the world. I'm sure any of you who are married also feel the same about your spouse, but my spouse rocks. Yeah, Scotty, I don't think you saw my new little present here. My wife got me this cool little this little teeny mixer and sound effects board thing. So I can be like, here's how I feel about the Ahsoka leaks I just read about. And when I first read them, this is how I felt when I found out we were going to get Dark Jedi and shit. Yeah. I was like, wait, Dark Jedi? Zombie army? Apprentices? Assassin sent after Ahsoka? Thrawn got the Chimera back? Yeah, it's fun. And I got more sounds than that. That's just the one that's most applicable right now. Or, yeah. I also feel like this about the stuff, too. Oh, thank you, my love. You're the bestest ever. No, I got it. Thank you, though. I love you. Uh, what, you got a kitty? Mudgy, okay. Uh, but yeah, I'm playing with my new soundboard. So if you get up there where you can hear me again, I'll send you the kiss that's on the soundboard, too. I'll play it for everyone else, though. Yeah, you know what? Do not mock the love. Be jealous. Wish you had this. Yeah, sure. Set him on the arm of the couch and see what happens. Meow. Hi, buddy. How's my baby boy? Where are you going? Come here. Come here. Come say hi to the internet. This is Darth Smudge, everybody. Whoop. Hey, chill out. This is Mike Boy. Normally he loves his daddy a lot, but right now he's freaking out because the kids' pipe froze, so they had to bring themselves and everyone that lives in the house with them, including their cats over here. So my cat population has gone from two to seven. Now, this is not the first time they've happened, so they all know each other, but they're still all acting like a bunch of punks right now. So I'm not going to get nice, normal behavior. But that was my kitty, Darth Smudge, and he is Daddy's boy normally. So, yeah. So I got that cool thing for one. Anyone else? Has anyone done any presenting, giving slash receiving today? I showed my present off. Did anyone get anything cool today? Or are y'all getting all your goods tomorrow? We'll explain why there wasn't any Jedi survivors during the OT. Well, Darth Vader has a lot to do with that too, Maximus, and the Inquisitors. Um, but yeah, this Balon dude who escaped Order 66 somehow and ended up in that New Beyond or whatever that's called, and then ends up going dark. And yeah, oh, if that stuff is true, because again, you have to wait until tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, we're doing like, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, that is highly unusual for Texas, even North Texas. Kids got to wait till tomorrow for gifts. Yeah, yeah, we're doing the big family gathering here tomorrow. That's when we're going to do like the big gift exchange with the family. But my wife and I did each other. We gave each other our gifts today. Um, and then us and the kids are going to do our stuff tomorrow. I think before the rest of the family shows up, and then the big event with the big dinner, rib roast, yeah, and stuff. That'll all be tomorrow, and then awesomely Monday off, of course, since Christmas is on a Sunday. Unless you work retail, you're fucked. But or the food industry. How old are your kids, Maximus? And what'd you get them? If unless they're stalking. Oh yeah, we got three Texans right there. We got Dragon, Maximus, and Justin, all in the Texas. Just 5. Hey, guess what, Justin? Y'all should go watch Justin's gaming streams. He's fun to watch. He's skilled and entertaining. So go watch Justified MF streaming most weeknights between 8:30 and 9. All right. I know it's a Christmas Eve stream and stuff, but you've all seen the hat. But my head is starting to get warm. Ah. I mean, you can just put it here. Is that Christmassy enough? Swaggin' Nation. Let's ride. That's right. Why doesn't that fool ever pop in? What the hell does he do on Saturday nights? Probably his own stream, right? 15 and 25, right? Damn, dude, that's a big gap. Is that a surprise gap? Or you were like, you know what, this one's old enough not to be too much of a pain in the ass when we have a baby. Now it's time for number 2. Any other parents in the chat? Well, other than my kids are supposed to be watching and giving me family support anyway. I know about their baby, my bubby, my grandbubby, Alistair, who is only for you nerd vengers will be able to relate to this bit of information. Alistair, my grandson, is only a month younger than Liam, Josh's boy. So anytime Josh talks about Liam, it's like I get a month preview of what's happening. or what could happen with my grandson. So it's kind of cool. Ah, well, hey, man, I can't knock anyone for fam time. I will never knock anyone for family time. So can't do that. 32. Heh. Your son is Josh's age. Josh could be your kid. So it looks like most everybody's doing all their main Christmas stuff on the day rather than on the eve. Is that what I'm seeing here, chat? Is that am I correct? Oh, good gravy. Excuse me. My apologies. I mean, setting aside this bullshit Hoth weather, I mean, obviously we're all Star Wars fans here to some degree, and I said this way earlier at the beginning, but I'm gonna say it again. As a Star Wars fan, yeah, I now have confirmation that the only way I ever want to associate with Hoth is to watch it on screen. I have this weather has confirmed that visiting Hoth is no longer a desire, even though we don't have Wampas, which means it's marginally safer. I'm good just watching other people freeze on Hoth or any similar ice planet because fuck this vortex. That's what I got to say. Fuck this vortex. Mother Nature, like, fuck Disney. I've got an immersive Star Wars experience for you bitches. Taste of Hoth. Oh, originally from Northern Indiana. All right. Northern Indiana is on the southern border of my home state of Michigan. So, except it's over on the west side, underneath Battle Creek and that kind of stuff. You didn't live too far from the cereal. Really like the Gary area or somewhere close to I 69. You know what, Justin? That is a valid point. Just to make sure everyone knows. If I was, yes, I completely agree. Especially over a Tauntaun. I would definitely pick her over a Tauntaun. Oh, about 45 minutes from the border. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I've been in as far as Indy back when I was driving truck. I had to deliver shit to the plant down there from Saginaw a few times. Nice cruise, at least in good weather. I mean, Justin, honestly, let's be honest. Even if we were sweating our nuts off on Tatooine, we'd still want to cuddle Padme. I mean, facts are facts. Yeah. Yeah, Maximus agrees. It don't matter what planet you're on. Could even be on Nemoidia with all the Nasty fungus-based critters. Cuddle and Padme. Faux show. Although I would. Yeah, hey, you know what, Dragon? I mean, we've all we've all seen Jabba's palace, so there's definitely an argument to be made. That is faux show. Of course, let us not forget the ability to wrap ourselves in, say, Ayla Sakura's. Uh, damn it, I had the Leku, who wouldn't want to curl up in a good-looking Twi'leks Leku. See, this is what happens when you have a stream of 99% dudes. Matter of fact, I'm kind of hoping Brooke's gone by this point. I have a feeling she'd either be joking along with us or like, fuck y'all. But she did say she had to go, so yeah, we're in over half an hour. Yeah, yeah. Live action here is going to be dope. Dang it, I already forgot the actress's name. Does this mean we're going to get a Chopper? Because I fucking love Chopper. I mean, don't get me wrong. R2 is still the OG. No one, no droid can ever equal R2. But Chopper's definitely right there. Like, obviously, R2 is the pinnacle. But for me, here come Chopper. Chopper is magnificent. I love Chopper. I hope we get Chopper. I mean, obviously they should be. I mean, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Thank you, Dragon. Thank you for that. I would appreciate that. I love having such a good chat. Thank you guys for being such an awesome chat and coming in. I am truly grateful for any interaction I get. Um, you know, y'all bitches need to comment more on the vids though. I need to get tapped by that algo. I love you guys. You're definitely not bitches, but you do need to comment more. That is true. Um, but yeah, um, if they could do B2 EMO in Andor, they can do Chopper in Ahsoka. I love Chopper. He's awesome. Somehow they found a way to make him even more of a smartass, I think, than R2, or at least a smartass in a different way. But I tell you, Chopper's a badass droid, and I'm a fan. Honestly, Chopper's, I think, is what kept me going in the first season of Rebels until it started getting good. Then I don't get me wrong, I ended up fucking loving Rebels. By the time I was done with that show, I thought it was dope as fuck. Who here is ready for the Bad Batch premiere in what's today? Saturday. 12 days. 2 weeks will be New Year's Eve and it premieres before. Yeah. Yeah, he does. It's pretty awesome. So But yeah, anyone here looking forward to the Star Wars? Meg said they still have the chopper prop from Rogue One, so there's no reason why they wouldn't use. Yeah, I exactly bring them back. Hell yeah, bring them back. I mean, I would argue if you're bringing, I mean, they have to, because I mean, even going back to the Bad Batch season one when they ended up having to rescue adolescent Hera. I mean, Chopper was her droid, and if they're bringing her back, if they're bringing adult Hera back, um, if they're bringing Hera into live action, they have to bring Chopper. That's her fucking droid. I mean, you can't have. Well, in the prequels, you couldn't have Anakin without R too much. Couldn't have Luke without R too much in the OT. I mean, BB-8 was a little bit of a slut. He got around a bit, but you know, he was always around somebody. And Chopper is Hera's, so gotta have Chopper. And again, they had B2 emo, so they should be able to do a kick-ass job with Chopper. You don't get to see these things about a week after they drop. Is that because of where you live? That's a fucking bummer, yo. I mean, either you have to be super careful on the internet to avoid spoilers, or you don't care about spoilers. One of the two. Like, I personally don't mind spoilers because, I mean, they give you an outline, but actually uh, seeing the journey happen is still very fulfilling, even though I mean, really, all spoilers are signposts that let you kind of know what's going to happen next, but the actual execution you don't know about until you actually, you know, take in said content. Which is why I don't mind spoilers because I love experiencing the journey, the fullness of the journey that you cannot get with words written on paper, or at least not in the form of spoilers. Anyway, obviously, novels are a different story. As soon as I said it, I was like, duh. Oh, yeah. I understand other means. I occasionally employ other means. All right. But I'm like in the middle of rewatching Bad Batch now, so make sure I like to have all my info straight for a new season on anything. And I think the second season looks dope. At least this show is going to give us Palpatine in the Senate when it shows the Senate and Masamita. And I am a Palpatine simp, so I'm like all excited about that shit. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Freaked me out for a second. I thought my music cut out, but it was just changing songs. Uncool with the spoilers, says Maximus. I don't waste time with too much speculation. I focus on how they will bring it. Yeah, I get that. Well, I mean, like I said, I am not a super sweaty. I'm a fan, but I'm not a super sweaty. So I don't mind getting into some speculation. I like working my brain like that, especially when I'm able to glean information from those much more knowledgeable than I. Um, you know, i.e., people like Theory and Josh, and uh, like if I really want to get like super deep into Marvel or whatever lore, comic books explained. Rob puts out good shit. Um, I watch all kinds of different channels so I can get all kinds of different takes because different takes help me to formulate my own take because by how much I you know how someone else's take makes me feel and what it makes me think. So I like getting a bunch of different takes. Yeah, speculation is fun. I mean, I gotta say, like, these are so the hell. Ugh, that was weird. But yeah, this new Ahsoka news, man, it seems like we might get some really cool Force lightsabery stuff, which of course has me excited. Plus, the other articles that came out referencing the denizens of the new beyond, looking at the Force in a different way, it being actual magic. Ooh, man. I wonder if they might go 10 episodes with this, though, because the more news that comes out, it, it seems like they're going to have to cram all, like a whole lot of stuff in there. So at first I was thinking it might only be an 8 episode season, but now I'm wondering if it might not have to be 10. I mean, if these rumors slash leaks slash whatevers are even remotely accurate, they're going to be dealing with a lot of information. I feel like they're going to have like a full 10 episode, 40 to 45 to 60 minute duration fucking season. At least the way things look now. But it all sounds dope. Is there anything any of you guys want to talk about? Anything you may have heard or, just something random and fun that you want to bring up? Because I have told everyone the news at least twice at this point, which is fine. Like I said, I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind going back, going over stuff, getting specific, sharing info, dropping science. That's fun for me. That's why I do this shit. That's why I do these streams. That's why I make videos. And would it be nice if I got like broad, some, bigger shine? Hell yeah, but that's not what's really important. Hey, Brooke's back. Haven't done much. Just been watching some anime the last few days. Black Clover specifically. Yeah, that's anime and like hardcore gaming are the two badges slash stickers slash pins that I'm missing from my geek card or my nerd card, I should say. I got pretty much everything else checked off: RPGs, MMOs, Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate, well, sci-fi in general, high fantasy, sorcery, all that shit. I love all that shit. I've just never been a hardcore gamer, and I never got into anime. Did you do anything Christmassy today, Brooke, or is that all tomorrow? Damn it. I gotta figure it out. Yeah, yeah. There we go. Maybe that'll help. Ah, there we go. Had not I had not sufficiently twisted the knob. Not much plans for tomorrow. Do you live? Probably just chilling. I mean, that's cool. Uh, you celebrate something other than Christmas, or just nothing? Are you just far from your family? I mean, I'm just no judgment. I'm just asking because I'm curious. I got my wife's family coming over tomorrow and doing the big dinner thing. Dragon, look at the lights. Brooke looks at the lights. Yeah, I don't know who Dylan Mulvaney is. Dragon. So is that some political stuff? I've been trying to avoid political stuff because I don't want to get triggered around Christmas. And let's face it, there's plenty going on in the world of politics to trigger both sides. So I'm avoiding that shiz till after the holidays. Who's that in there? I got one of my guest kitties down here. Can you all hear her? Is that you, mamas? I hear a bell. Or is that Yip? Hi, Moki. Yeah, in case y'all missed it, the kids' pipes froze, so they packed up the entire family in their place. Um, so yeah, the kids packed up everyone in their household, including their 5 cats. So now we are up to 7 cats here. They're all getting used to each other. Uh, all right. Yeah. Okay. So that's yeah. I don't know. And for the most part, I don't really give a crap what other people do on the internet. Hi, Smokey. Please don't step on my stuff. Hi, big boy. How you doing? All right, you guys might get introduced to one of the guest cats, who actually is the brother of the first cat we got. So he has lived here. He spent his kittenhood here. Well, you can just see his back. What you doing, Mokers? Don't you even dare. All right, don't you think about it. Well, yeah, get up on the couch. There you go. Ugh. But yeah, Dragon, I really don't care what other people do on the internet for the most part. If people want to start shit with me, then that's their thing. But I just got my little 33 subscriber channel, so I'm in a lovely position to not have to care much about what other people do or say. I'm just trying to build a friendly community here. That's all. A live and let live community where we can talk about stuff civilly and as non-judgmentally as we possibly can. Okay, pick a spot, would you? Go on. Yeah. So that's what I have to say about internet people. I mean, there's plenty of grifters. I'll say this: there's a shit ton of grifters who are grifting in a myriad of subjects. So, is that what I said? Is that to me, Darth? Yeah, I mean, you got grifters grifting for just about any subject matter you can come up with just to get, what do you call it? Echo chamber views. So, I mean, honestly, other than Darth Melvin, I really don't mess around with too many negative channels that don't live more on the well, as he says personally all the time, the dark side. So he's getting more powerful on the dark side every day, and more power to him. Do your thing, bro. Like I said on Nerd Theory, directly to him. It's like, most of your rhetoric I disagree with, but I'm a person who gives credit where credit is due, and that is one entertaining motherfucker. He is pretty damn funny. Uh, so, and that's how I try to be with everything. You know, I try and be positive where positivity is earned, and if you fuck up, I'm gonna shred you. It's just that simple. Like, take the most recent, take Andor for example. My take on Andor is literally exactly what I just said. I will give it credit for being an extraordinarily well written, a well acted, a well produced, a well directed, and a well shot show. But as for having the Star Wars label on it, that was weak as fuck. You know, it's no more complicated than that. Like, take Kenobi. That shit was poorly written for the most part, poorly shot, and poorly acted. Bro, that's a little too much. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Dragon. We're like I said before, we're not dropping qualifications like that on my channel. I mean, joking. I get that's a joke, but no, we're not using that kind of terminology in my shit. So we'll put you in a little break and let you think about whether you want to self edit or be around or what have you. Because I said that on my first stream. You may or may not have been around, but no, I don't play that shit here. And for the record, if someone was coming on here calling people Nazis and all that other kind of bullshit, I wouldn't play that either. I don't want any of that shit from either side here. If you can't handle it, peace out. I don't give a fuck. So, yeah, I don't care what side of the fence you sit on. You're not going to be hateful on my fucking channel. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about chilling. That's why I put it in the fucking name. It's about getting together in, at least in my case, in the basement or some like area, den, man cave, living room, whatever. It's just about getting together and chilling and talking about nerdy shit or whatever else we want to talk about. In this case, Christmas plans or, even New Year's plans for next weekend if we want to talk about that. But I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck what side of the fence you sit on. You will not spout hateful shit in my chat or name or use terms that are considered, derogatory on my channel. And again, that's for either side. You're not going to use terms like what Dragon used, and you're not if you're coming at someone that leans right, you're not going to be calling them a Nazi or anything of that nature either, because I will stick my foot in your ass for that just as fast as anything going the other direction. Just so it's all clear. No hateful shit on my channel. So, does anybody already have their New Year's plans set? Because I'm probably not streaming next weekend. Just so you know, I'll tell you that right now. And the big family stuff was earlier today. Well, not the big family stuff. Me and my wife's Christmassy stuff was earlier today, and the rest of the family stuff is tomorrow. That's why I'm streaming tonight, and also because that was what was voted most for in the poll. 3 of the 6 of you who voted in the poll voted for tonight. So that's the way that. That's the way that. Damn it! Figure that out. That's the way that cookie crumbles. But what y'all got going on for New Year's? Anything fun? Are you staying home? Are you going out? Are you just going? If you're going out, are you going to like just a friend's party? Are you going to like you know a you know like a big fancy black tie thing? Are you just going to a bar party? What y'all doing for New Year's Eve? How are you going to bring in what will hopefully be a much better year for Disney content overall, both the MCU and Star Wars? Hopefully, 2023 will be a better year. So, what y'all doing to ring that in? I know we've been invited to one of my wife's friends' houses. Family and friends will be coming over to Maximus's house, same as tomorrow. That sounds like fun. We're going over to one of my wife's friends' house that she's been friends with for about fucking ever. Um, that she spent so much time with. They practically half raised each other's kids. So they're tight. Their kids are tight. It's practically family, really. It's chosen family. So that'll be a good time. That's what we're doing. What's everybody else doing? Okay, I see there's 7 people here. 4 of them are my family upstairs. So that still leaves 2 people that can tell me what they're doing on New Year's. Damn, this microphone. I just got to get used to this cord underneath this thing. That's all. That's all. It's new gear, like literally new today, thanks to my wife. And I'm gonna show this shit off one more time because she got me this cool. Shut your cake hole, cat. She got me this cool mixer slash sound effect board, which is how you guys have been hearing the little sound effects. It's from this thing. She's got gave it to me today, and I got it set up, and it's fine. Justin's just hanging out, haven't planned nothing. Not getting together with Mike or Marcos. or that one girl that you were doing the weird flavored pop tasting with. No crew. All right. Well, you know what, folks? I think we're going to call it. Been on for well, been on for if you take all my streams together, probably about an average time. So, and there's you'll get something last minute from them, right? I feel that, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a stream. Get on out of here. Um, I've got family doing some stuff upstairs. So I can probably help them out. And I hope everyone, Alan, welcome in, sir, and Merry Christmas to you. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate that. But yeah, so we gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna go upstairs, hang out with my family, maybe actually be semi-useful if possible. Um, and I hope everyone has a very safe and a very Merry Christmas and a very nerdy Christmas. So yeah, have a safe, happy, nerdy Christmas. And like I said, I'm gonna be taking New Year's Eve off. So next time I'm streaming will be January 7th, and that will be the first stream after the Bad Batch premiere, which is on January of the 4th. So, again, obviously, that's going to be a big thing. If not, that's going to be the big thing we're going to be talking about. I'm sure there'll be some other news that week too, but we'll definitely be talking Bad Batch season 2 premiere faux show. And I'm actually trying to I'm trying to get a panel put together with some other nerds that I hang out with on their live stream, whose streams I visit. So, um, Justin, if you got the time and that night and you want in on that, you're more than welcome. A couple other people I'm going to be messaging on the Discord trying to get them in. So, uh, yeah, I'm hoping to have a little bit of a panel that time too. I'm going to try doing that. See how that works out. So, but yeah, have a safe, happy, and nerdy holiday. See y'all in a couple weeks. And like I always say, there's always good times to be had when you're chilling in the basement. Oh, it'll be 8 o'clock like usual, bro. It'll be 8 like usual. If you come in late, that's cool. I'll have the link sent to you anyway. So, but yeah, yeah. There's always good times to be had, everybody, when you're chilling in the basement. Have a safe, happy, and nerdy holiday.